Good morning, y'all. It's Timidity. I was gonna make a video about why. Okay, how do I put this? I don't understand people who don't like men. Well, women. If you're a woman and you don't like your man to have hips or ass, what the fuck are you doing? You want to have fucking flat backed kids? Because I remembered that when I was a teenager or in my early 20s, whichever came fucking first. Obviously, being a teenager did. Shut the fuck up. I had a bunch of Mountain Dew. Be patient with me today. When I was like a teenage girl, I remember that I shared a bedroom with my fucking weak ass crack smoking grandmother. That was not fun. She didn't smoke crack when she lived with me, don't worry. She just chain smoked cigarettes and shat herself. And at some point she shat on the floor and my socks. And let's not talk about it cuz I want to be in a good mood today. But she sucked. But sometimes she was fucking hysterical. I'll give her that. I remember once, my mom, she walked down the hallway wearing nothing but a t-shirt and panties, because she owns the fucking house. She can wear whatever the fuck she wants. No one was around but family, so she could. And my grandmother saw this and just kind of stared her down as she walked down the hall, and then looked up at me on the top bunk, and she said, "Tamia, when you get yourself a man, get you one with broad shoulders and a fat ass." And she specifically said fat ass, like heavy on the and then she did the hand wiggle, like fucking she was like, "Get a jiggly ass cake of a man." She said, "No weak shouldered bitch. None of that shit. Make sure you get someone with cake." And I find it so funny that she says that directly after seeing my flat assed mother walk down the hallway with not even a small little pinch of ass. I guess she was just like, okay, my only hope is to me. She was like, we need to put booty back into the family lineage. Sometimes I wonder if my mom is actually the daughter of my grandfather. Because I'll put it this way: two very dark skinned people with brown eyes, how did they make a very pale, pale, corn chip colored child with bright green eyes? I don't know. But to be fair, my aunts also came out super. I mean, great aunts came out super light skin, so anything is possible. Also, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but fuck it. We're just talking here. You're just going on for the ride. You get multiple stories in one. Aren't you blessed? But yeah, I don't know. That didn't add up to me, but for all I know, shit can happen. Life happens. Life can confuse you. But all I know, one thing's for sure and two things are for certain. My grandmother wanted us to have ass. But I'll watch these sitcoms from the 90s or even see women in the modern day and era say that they don't want a man who has ass or hips. I don't get why, but my theory is it has top. Because it's like, why wouldn't you? Like, do you really want to have a kid with a flat ass? Like, it's not the fucking 90s. Heroin chic is like making a comeback, but you don't, like, bitch, no, we had thick for like the past, had like 5, almost 10 years. Like, I don't, but it's like, I don't know why you would be like, why would you want a man with a flat ass? Like, I didn't know I was an ass person, but then in my teenage years, let's just say I kept making out with men, and then, you try to like, if you try to kiss a man and hold your hands on his hips, they're so fucking narrow that your hands just like slide past them right down into, and you feel his tight ass booty. And it's like, simply put, do you want to feel tight ass muscular booty? That's like, it's like, okay, I guess. But it's better if it's like big, juicy Nicki Minaj level, full fucking cake, like jiggly water balloons. Ooh, like, I'm just saying, why would you want a man with a flat ass? Because for me personally, I'm gonna be if I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have kids, but whatever my kids look like, I'm gonna be happy as fuck. It's not like if they're cute in the face and snatched in the waist, they can get whatever the fuck they want. If they have ass, that's a perk. Why would you not want ass on your kids? Why would you not want ass on a person in general? Like not needing it, okay, but actively hating it. That's some like, what's up with that? I never understood it because I like when a man has big jiggly cake, but then again, I'm bisexual as fuck, and also like so that it gets my clit hard. What can I say? It gets the dick hard, gets the clit hard. I like him when a man has something that swivels when he walks. It's so much more attractive. Funny enough, a nigga that ruined my life for like all of 2023, he only got away with it because he had a fat ass. Once that nigga started losing weight and made sure he didn't eat so much like fucking protein on his plate, next thing you know, he slimmed down. He went into his twink era. He was this scrawny ass motherfucker. And it's like, nigga, you were beefcake before. Beefcake with extra cake, extra filling, juicy. His nickname was Big Juicy because he was so fun. Why would you not want a man who has ass? I use because it's when he was evil, but his ass worked like a stress relief ball, like a stress toy. Two of them, double XL sized. I was extremely happy. I'm still blushing. It's been years. Funny enough, that nigga actually contacted me 2 nights ago. And I'm a bitch. So I was like, yeah, sure, meet me at my place. Whole time I was not remotely at my place. I was miles away. That nigga was showing up at my apartment at midnight like, hey, can you let me in? And just waited out there for fucking ages and hours. Fuck that nigga. Hate that nigga. You have free will. You can do what you want. You can be mean sometimes. But it's okay. Don't feel too bad for him. He was like, let's not talk about it today. Anyway, back to the point. So I've heard that a theory is women don't want a man who has a big ass or big hips because they'll look more feminine. Y'all don't want feminine looking children? Y'all hate women that much? I don't see the issue. But I guess some people also explain that it's like that's their version of like it's like an undersaying for like we don't want a gay man. And when you say it like that, that does make sense. Cause it's like usually when I do meet men who have really nice asses, there is kind of like a thing where it's like, okay, yeah, okay. I usually learn about it by curiosity one way or another, but then again I've also learned about that from niggas with no ass whatsoever. So it's like simply put, you'd be surprised, like I've had so many people come out to me in my lifetime of all different shapes and sizes. I'm just saying, get you a juicy one. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, okay, if a nigga has ass just because it's in his genetics or because he likes back shots, it's like that works out for me too, because I would happily give that man back shots if he was cute enough. I would. I have reached that point in adulthood, you know? It's an acquired taste that I've grown into. Shout out to the luscious men on this planet. Like, I see nothing wrong with pegging a man. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, when you're a teenager, of course you're like, oh, isn't that gay? But then you get older, and then you're like, huh, whether it is or whether it isn't, am I into it? Would I do it with this type of... Like, sometimes people have mentioned pegging, and I'm only grossed out because I wouldn't do it with them. Kind of like how, you know, threesomes sound terrible. Like, they've always sounded terrible to me. I remember an ex's brother... I don't know how this came up in conversation, but he told me that threesomes sound terrible because it's like double the work for the same end result of busting a nut. And that's real as fuck, honestly. What a wild conversation to have. Cause me and that nigga didn't remotely like each other, but that was funny. Like, I hated that man, but we just had that conversation. Wild. And I've been offered threesomes plenty of times, and I'll put it to you this way. 2 4s don't make an 8. 2 5s don't make a 10. The math actually works where it's like, if 2 ugly people try to offer themselves to me at the same time, that's not a dream scenario, that's a nightmare situation. Like, if an ugly nigga or someone you don't even like that much offers to do a sex tape with you, then your body will react as if they offered to do a snuff film with you, where you're the victim. But if you truly like a nigga, you will be doing all sorts of things on camera. Or, well, if you... How do I put this? Depends on your morals and where you're at in life and, you know, certain factors. But still, if someone's hotter, you might consider it, and if you trust them more. But sometimes I've dealt with threesome offers where it's just like, why the fuck do you think I wanted that? But I've been more open-minded to threesomes only because, like, someone once told me, it's like, imagine your best eater that you've ever had in your life, whose dick was, like, okay, and then the best dick you've ever had in your life that wasn't good at eating. And imagine, or, like, the dude who, like, titty sucked you the best with your best eater, and then, like, one has the thick but short one has the long with the strokes, that's skinny, and it's like, oh, and it's like, oh, okay, you know what, that kind of hits. You know what, like, the slim twink with the muscular one, oh, okay, I see it. And even in my fucking threesome fantasies, most of the men in those, yeah, all of the men have ass, I'm just saying. And if one doesn't, then the other one has enough to make up for the lack that the other one does not have. I'm just saying, maybe it just depends on the person you like. Because once, like, if a hot person who has good ass and good hygiene brings up pegging, then, and if they're really, really chill and sexy and, like, vibe like that, then it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna react with total repulsion. Trust me, I was shocked. You know, like, just like piss kinks, for example. People, my god. People think they don't have a piss kink. Or a thing for squirt. Or whatever the fuck. until you really, really, really like someone, and then you'll be kind of scared of what you're gonna suddenly get an interest in. Trust me. I don't know. That's just what I'm saying, though. But yeah. Back to the topic. I remember I was in public one day waiting at a bus stop, and there was this white dude who had like no ass next to me, which is totally fine. Like, you don't need ass to live in society. Whatever you got, you deserve the right to live and do your thing freely. But this older black woman, I think she was homeless or she was just tweaking out or whatever. She could have just been ashy and charismatic. But she did walk past and she was like, hey, like the guy did something, I guess he like helped her with something small, and she walked past like, thank you, oh, you kind of handsome and you got a nice ass too, damn great ass. And he started blushing and laughing and shit, and I was curious. I kind of like looked to the side, there's nothing there. I was disappointed. I was actively like, wow, I felt like I was had, like a made you look. I was so sad. It was like, wow, someone would see that and go, great ass, whatever they say. I like my men to be built like Ruby Rose. Like, you know, the fucking one that should make rap music, not the white one from Orange is the New Black. I like my men to be built like Megan Thee Stallion. I like my men to have the big booty vibe. I like it when they got more cushion for the pushing and they're built like a fucking brick shit house. That's my vibe. Love that type of shit. It's beautiful, man. Beautiful. Also, yeah, I don't know. Whenever I've heard about the rumor about how it's just like kind of a way of being like, if a man has hips or ass, he looks more feminine than me, and I'm not trying to have a man who looks like he has a BBL walking around with me. Or people being like, I don't know, I would just be like, they look at me and my sexy big booty man who's luscious as fuck. Two bad bitches strutting in public together. That's how I am. That's my wave. And like, how do I put this? Sometimes if a man has really nice hips or ass, it just does something to me. Like, even my ex-boyfriend, who I still see on and off, he's really, really sweet. Or at times. And he has a fat fucking... sorry, he does not have a fat ass, but you know what he has? An amazingly slutty little waist, and an amazingly wide set of hips, and long, beautiful legs, and luscious hair, and full lips, and big, beautiful eyes. He's a gorgeous man, he is. Like, when he really takes care of himself, it's like, oh my god, the panties drop. Like, he doesn't need ass to be fine because he's just so fucking sexy and graceful in every fucking way that, like, oh, look at that man, you know? He's a beautiful man, beautiful man. My guy, pretty like a girl. He actually does look so much like a woman that my body gets confused. Sometimes I'll just see him bend over, and his hips will look kind of wider when he bends over, and I'll just think to myself, damn, nigga, I want to fuck you from behind so bad. Like, God, I've even told this to him a million times. God knew not to make me a man and to make him a woman, or I would have gotten him pregnant so many fucking times. I would have been evil as fuck as a man. Or not evil, but like, simply put, I don't respect men who get a lot of people pregnant. You know, I don't, like, I'm just saying, I don't. Because it's like, how do I put this? If a woman gets pregnant, like, yeah, you could be a dumb bitch and get pregnant. Absolutely, you can. You can be stupid as fuck, and it's like, why do you keep getting pregnant? You know that you're struggling like hell. You know that you can't afford shit, and you thought, I'm gonna just keep fucking niggas raw, and then bringing more babies into this planet without an active father, or like a community, or money, or home life, or anything working out for me. Like, that, I don't respect that. But at least it's like, okay, she has some sort of physical toll on her body, and she usually is aware of the changes. That shit changes her life. And, like, you can only get pregnant, like, once a year, unless you're really, really obscenely fertile and you're popping out quadruplets. But it's like, bitch, you're not Octomom. Like, no one is really Octomom except for Octomom, you know? Like, it's not like bitches, like, you could have, like, 2 kids a year, usually. Most people do that. And, like, they're usually smart enough to just, like, not keep doing that shit again. Sometimes. Meanwhile, a man, if he truly wanted to, he could get, like, let's see. I'll put it this way. You know those men who masturbate all day, every day, endless amounts of time a day? Imagine if they had access to pussy. Raw. Then, simply put, you can do the math. Like, let's say a man had such crazy libido that he could nut 3 times a day. And then imagine 3 times 365. Yeah, he could make a small fucking country. I remember a post online a dude talked about, like, how... Or it was actually a woman. A woman on Twitter talked about how she met a man who had, I think, like, 40 different kids who were alive. And he was, like, 70 years old. And she was talking to him, and then, like, he described how he had 2 sons that were 26. He was like, oh, She was like, wow, oh, that's amazing. Well, huh. So were they twins? And this nigga really just was like, nah. One of them's mama lived on the first floor, and the other one lived on the third floor. And I just met up with both of them in the same day, and one thing led to another. And then, like, that's so disgusting. It's one of those things where a part of me laughs at it, like, okay, nigga, wow, you are fucked up in the head. But another part is like, you have made endless amounts of suffering and pain in the lives of these kids because you have an overactive libido, and you're able to get away with this because you will suffer no physical pain or changes in your body past just fucking. That's disgusting. Fucking hate that shit, dude. Like, I don't know. I think niggas like that need to just, you know what I mean by that. You just, like a little cat, you gotta just like close it off. Cause it's like, why do you have so many baby mamas and you're still making more? Come on now. I forgot how I even got on this topic, but fuck it, we vibe regardless. I just think shit like that's disturbing. Because it's like, yeah, what the fuck? I don't know. A lot of things in this lifetime don't make sense. I think you shouldn't even bring one fucking child on this planet if you're not sure of how you're gonna take care of it. Why are you bringing out multiple? Mm-mm. I really have no idea how I got on that topic, but hey, let's get back into it. I'm not afraid of dating a gay man either. I remember when that video I made. Does anyone remember if you've seen it? Like, I've talked about it before on my other social media, which I still don't like. You can just, my Instagram. Even though I kind of am like, what weirdos are gonna find it? I don't want some of you weirdos finding my Instagram because you always come into my DMs on some weird shit. Get away from me! I don't want to talk to you! But yeah, those who remember, I got a video on my Instagram of me backhanding the shit out of a girl in self-defense, and that got 1 million views, and I made a follow-up video the same day, talking in depth about, like, why I had to whack the shit out of that girl. What happened, what led up to it, all that shit. And I remember the most baffling thing to a lot of people in the video, aside from me saying that I don't date black men, and before you get mad at me, boo fucking who, shut the fuck up. How about this? People were baffled, like, she dates gay niggas? And it's like, yeah! What's wrong with that? What? How do I put this? So you don't like gay niggas, but you don't like when gay niggas try to be straight? Like, what's your logic there? Because it's like, yeah, I'm bisexual, they're bisexual. Like, what's the issue? Like, oh, no offense, gay men are really fucking chill. Really fucking chill. Like this guy I was seeing recently, hey, like, what, like, we were, let's just say I remember unprovoked, he put my fingers in his mouth and showed me how deep his gag reflex, he does not have any gag reflex, it's like an empty pit back there, not even like a little, that little mini tongue you have in the back of the throat, like the uvula or whatever the fuck they call that thing, I didn't feel that whatsoever. I was kind of scared, because it's like, nigga, not even I can do that, and I have a reputation that is upheld. Also, I don't have a dick. Why was he showing me? But you know what? I still respected it, and I was still impressed as if I had a dick. So go for it. Hey, gay niggas are cool as fuck. Because even though I had to backhand Riley's ex-girlfriend last summer because of the bullshit scenario he put me into, if she didn't come home early in the apartment they were both moving out of and everything, if she didn't come home early, guess what? Me and him, like, the very next day, we were gonna sign up for a heels dance class. He was gonna do some cross-dressing. It was gonna be lit. Like, I literally was choosing out fucking skirts and crop tops for him to wear. We were gonna go out and buy some heels and dance together. It was gonna be great. It was gonna be great. You could have little diva moments with your bisexual boyfriends, and you can both have fucking great times, like never had before. Like, you could do freaky shit. Like, they will slut you out. You can slut them out. There's no judgment. It's a great time. And then yeah, I'm just saying. And then they also got bubble butt. So if you're, like, I'm just saying, it's the best of both worlds. So if you're like me and you're like, do I want to eat pussy? Not fully. Or it depends on the day. But if you got a thick boyfriend who's got an ass like motherfucking Nicki Minaj, but natural, and a cute face and a good job in finance and some full lips and beautiful eyes and some nice wide hips and some broad shoulders, you get the best of both worlds. Too bad that nigga was evil, but it's okay. It's why I found niggas who are gay and in the finance or tech industry and are not evil, so that works for me. Wait, no, they were kind of evil too. I think you have to be a little evil to be a tech worker, or you definitely do. Yeah, but anyway, I got a new one. My current nigga, he's got broad shoulders and a fat ass and everything I like in a man, and he definitely is a stupid scum-sucking piece of shit. So I'm already looking for his replacement. But yeah, I don't know. I like my little. And also, guess what? He wants me to peg him. He wants me to peg him, and like he's open for anything, anywhere, all at once. Like I was like really, when Hay got out of pocket, I was sad as fuck. But I replaced him in the 24 hours with my new German nigga, and now I get to have like 10 toes on the top of this man's Tesla as I'm getting slurped up like fucking udon, fucking extra pork chashu and everything. Hell yeah! And now we have an amazing time. In fact, 1 second. The new guy likes me a lot. He invested a lot of money to get me this nice, fancy, exquisite rare gemstone. I love it so much. It's very gorgeous. Like, me personally, I think it could have more sparkle, but you know what? It works what it is. It is. Oh, look at that thing. Mm-hmm. I like men like that. I like men with fat asses who can get me pretty gemstones. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. But yeah, I don't get like, and also before you ask Tamia, a gemstone before your hair done? Shut the fuck up. He gave me money to get my hair done too. That's coming soon. It's just hard as fuck to find a braider. Let me tell you that. Oh my god, they don't respond to their texts. But yeah, shout out to men with fat asses. I love men with fat asses. I love pretty gemstones and men with big, fat, juicy, wobbling backsides that sway when they walk in a fucking ooh. Like I like when men walk with the fat ass and their ass does that thing where it kind of swivels in a fucking infinity style motion like a figure eight. That's the best thing ever. Hate to see them go. Love to watch them leave. But yeah, that was some. And also, funny enough, I remember it was the same week that another old lady on the bus told me to always go for a man with broad shoulders, not some itty bitty. She said, "Hey, young girl, make sure you find a man with nice broad shoulders, not one of these itty bitty motherfuckers. Nice broad shouldered man. Remember that." And I remembered that. And so far, so good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, here you go. This video was like a fun little freaky ass conversation that I just felt like having. God blessings to you. But yeah, I like gay niggas. I love gay niggas. I love trans people. Funny enough, I was talking to myself before I made this video, and it kind of inspired me to make this video, because I was like, yeah, I think about fucking Liam in the ass all the time, because he's got beautiful, like, broad shoulders, but also amazingly luscious wide hips. Like, and my body really wants to fuck him. I want to hump the shit out of him. And also, I don't want him to fuck me in the pussy. And I thought to myself, hey, Tamia, is that like bottom dysphoria? Are you a trans man at heart who just doesn't want to get fucked in the vagina? The answer is no. My ex-boyfriend just doesn't know how to fuck me. And I already know that I would know how to fuck him better than he can fuck me. Literally everyone else that, aside from him is a lot better at sex than he is. But, you know, whatever. I don't know how he's gotten worse. I've known him for years. He's gotten worse at it. But yeah, simply put, shout out to gay people, shout out to trans people, love all sorts of people, amen to y'all, beautiful, and shout out to men who are cis and straight and just have a fat ass, because even if no one else in the world wants you, I do. If you have only one supporter, it's me. If fucking you have 0 supporters, that just means I passed away. If you have 1,000,000 supporters, I am your #1 fan. Shout out to the man with luscious behinds and thick, luscious hips and wide thighs. You make the world go round. I'm just saying. I don't get why people want to fuck people with no ass. Like, I don't get it. Like, even when I like skinny niggas, I still kind of like them to have a little something in the back. Little something. Little something. Like some scoop of ass, you know? Something cute. Because I don't know, sometimes, like, not to body shame, but sometimes I do, like, just like how my grandmother felt when she saw her own daughter's, back being so flat. I just think to myself, I don't want my kids one day being roasted because all the way from the back of their head to the bottoms of their toes is just a fucking straight line. I would like them to have a little bit of something. A little bit of something. You know? I'm just saying. And I support healthy, beautiful bodies. I do not support people starving themselves to get, like, less backside. And that's a long story in itself, but let's end the video soon. Love you. Bye.